Biggest news of the last week, 6,400 INL workers have to come back to work on site, pun intended.
Which also, how is that going to help anyone?
You see newcomers, we call the INL facility out in the Arco Desert the site.
Yeah.
I don't get it. How's it going to help anyone? I'll tell you who it helps. It helps the managers who like to walk up and down the cubicles with their arms folded neatly behind their backs, surveying their workers and making sure they're productive.
Well, but the dumb thing is, I know for a fact that there are ways to monitor what your employee is doing on their computer on the clock. And I feel like that's probably more effective than walking up and down the aisles. Because I know for a fact that in one or two jobs, at one point, it was a lazy day. I had nothing to do because I got my stuff done early because I'm that good.
Here come the cat memes.
Yeah, and like I took a 5-minute break looking at some memes on my computer, and I knew when the boss was coming because I could hear it. So, you just switch over.
I talked to one INL employee who said it's going to cost a bunch of money.
Right.
They don't even have room.
No.
For all these people to return to work.
Exactly.
And what about the 467 employees who work out of state? Mm-hmm. There's people, you see, because they've been at this for 4 years now, since 2020, they've hired remote workers.
Yeah.
They've been able to get higher quality workers because when you only hire people who are willing to move to Idaho Falls, Idaho, the talent pool shrinks.
Yes. Yeah.
So these people now remotely, as I understand it, have to decide to move to Idaho Falls, a town they've never been to.
Right.
And or, put those resumes out on Indeed.
I think the other edge to that sword is that now people here in town will have a better chance of getting a job out there.
Could be.
Because the site would be less likely to want to pay someone to move here, unless their credentials are amazing, So... pros and cons, but I would say mostly cons, especially if you, care about the quality of work at a nuclear testing site, which I feel like we should.
But I think local employees have to be back in the office by June of this year, and remote workers have until January. So they've got almost a full year to decide if they want to uproot themselves and their families and move to Idaho Falls, Idaho to continue working for the INL. One thing I think is something they do after Burning Man every year in Reno, which I think is the closest town to the playa. Yeah. They have a week of decompression after the party where, people take it easy on each other and drinks are half price or whatever.
I kind of wish that we did that more often, especially around Christmas time,
Yeah.
for example, when everyone is stressing out.
Or on the Monday after the Super Bowl.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? We should have a few of those a year. At least once a quarter, we should have a decompression week where everyone's just a little nicer and a little more patient and just chills out.
I wonder if after a 4-year work from home period, there could be a decompression week. Before workers have a big old party in June before workers have to return.
Right. Yeah, a week where all of the Karens become more of a caree.
Yeah. A Care Bear.
Yeah.
One meme that I saw, you may have seen it too. A guy said, one thing I never see discussed in the remote versus office debate, so let's discuss it, is the ability to have sex with my wife who also works during the day. Much easier while the kids are at school.
Yeah.
A huge boon for my productivity.
Right.
Not sure how to explain that to my boss who wants me at the office more.
No, but it's so true, because you've got so much energy before and after, Who
has energy at night when you're slipping into bed?
Well, and not only that, but also, pre and post the act. I feel like there's a little extra energy in your body that you're willing to expend.
Hey, baby, want to knock one out real quick?
Well, and also, what a great way to take a break and decompress and actually detach your mind from work. And then when you come, it's kind of like when you are trying to solve a problem, so you take a nap.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the problem is so much easier.
It really gets the juices flowing.
Yeah, exactly though.
Yeah, and how you're supposed to do just a quick little workout after a meal?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a little lunch, do a little and you're good.
And that's the first duck of the evening.